Welcome back to the guest list. I'm Nicky Lewis and I still have my bad throat, so please excuse it. Joining me today is Selina and Blair. Now, Selina and Blair got married in April of this year at the Floating Pavilion down in the Viaduct. Welcome, Selina and Blair. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks.
Hey, Nicky.
Now, you had a very different style of wedding, which was absolutely fantastic. I was really privileged to have actually been there, so I can speak from a little bit of authority in terms of what it was like. You had a cocktail-style wedding. Talk us through why you decided to go for a cocktail style. Selina?
The reason why we chose a cocktail wedding was we wanted to spend more time with our guests, our friends and family, and we felt a formal sit-down wedding wouldn't have allowed us to do that as much. And we're quite social people, and we like to enjoy our friends and family, so that was probably one of the most important things to having the cocktail wedding.
It worked incredibly well. People were constantly mixing and mingling. The food was coming out all through the evening. It was just absolutely brilliant. But there was still seating out, so people could still sit down on a couch or perch on a bar leaner and that sort of thing. So it was good from that perspective.
What we found with a formal sit-down wedding was that you tend to be sat with the same person for the whole evening.
We like all our friends and family, and they all sort of come from various parts of the world, and makes it hard for them to sort of catch up if they're stuck at a table somewhere. So
that was was the most important thing about having a cocktail wedding, was the mingling with everyone, and for us and friends and family to spend time with everyone else and us.
So it wasn't like people had to sit for a full 8 hours. It worked brilliantly.
Yeah, I think food and drink is such a social thing to do at the moment, and I think that was why we chose a cocktail wedding, was the fact that you were able to move around and snack or move around and drink. So that's why we chose the cocktail wedding.
Selina, tell us about your choice of decor for your wedding.
We wanted the decor to really be reflective of us, instead of it to be a postcard or magazine type wedding. We wanted it to really reflect what our personalities are like, and also to be a shared wedding, not just what I want. And we felt we achieved that through the colour, black and white. I like black. Also incorporate Blair's passion of surfing, rum and cigars, and then also I love skulls, so we're able to incorporate that in the wedding as well.
Tell us about your cigar bar.
we had a little bit of a storyboard about the cigars, but I've spent time in Central America, which is renowned for good cigars and good rum. And everyone who knows me, my mates, know that I enjoy a good cigar and some good rum, and so it had to be part of our wedding, basically, as far as reflecting me and my character, along with the surfboard guest book.
Surfboard guest book is priceless. It's the first time I've seen it done. Just to explain to our viewers,
Selina had obviously the black and white theme running, and a couple of years ago I purchased a carbon fibre surfboard off the internet, and we're building a holiday house, and I thought at the time it looked cool on the wall, and then with the wedding we just thought, well, hey, it'd look even better if we use it as a guest book. So black surfboard with white messages from all our family and friends. It's looking amazing, so can't wait to hang it and stuff, and it's a good memory of the day.
You also had a cocktail station. You had his and her cocktails.
Yeah, we wanted to put a bit of humour in there. We lots of our friends like cocktails, so we had a his and her cocktail. We named Blair's after his passion of surfing, and it was called Piha Passion, and then mine was called Fashion Victim. And I work in the fashion industry, so we thought that was quite apt as well. So.
Now, a little bit early in the show, we were talking to Amanda Wignall, and she and I had a discussion about having your photos taken before your ceremony, and you guys did just that. How did that work for you? Are you pleased that you did that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think when we went to the photographer, I thought before we went and saw the photographer that it would be a no-go. It was I was more traditional, but when we went through the logistics of it, it just sounded
Made
the
sense.
right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, made sense. So so we did, and I think it was the best thing we could have done. I got to spend more time with Blair, so we met about midday, and you know, we spent all day together. So if you'd
Yeah,
had it
it's great.
at the ceremony, it would have been, you know, only a handful of hours. So really pleased.
Plus, the whole idea with the cocktail themed wedding was to be with our friends and family, and we thought being dragged away for photos for, you know, half the evening, we had a late afternoon wedding ceremony, so we thought, why bother? So it was actually a really good idea from the photographer, Dylan Photography, so and they made it really good, and we're looking forward to the end results. We had a few snippets, and that's
Looking good.
looking pretty
Fantastic.
cool. Yeah.
Your ceremony was also quite a casual ceremony. You had it out on the deck at the Floating Pavilion, so you didn't have a traditional style of ceremony with an aisle and seats on either side and that sort of thing. It was more of a casual, and your celebrant, Yogamani, she was fabulous as well.
Yeah.
But it was all very in keeping with the style of your entire wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just us. We fluked the weather because all week the weather was meant to be raining, and Auckland turned on a fantastic day, so we're really fortunate about that. So we could have it on the deck, and I mean the Floating Pavilion, I think it's an underrated venue. It's amazing. It's on the water, which is, you know, my passion, surfing and stuff, with that great outlook with all the super yachts around. Yeah, just amazing day, so we had to have it out there basically.
All right, guys, a lot of our viewers always like to know how the two of you meet.
Just the usual sort of fleeting glances at a bar, basically, in Ponsonby. So, you know, I was out with friends, Selina was out with friends, had a bit of a chit-chat.
And then I had to nip off, so it was a sort of a short visit, but we exchanged numbers, and then he stood me up on the second...
Bad form.
Well,
first official date for surf.
I lived in Piha and the waves were pumping, and so, you know, wasn't anything serious at the time, so I thought, oh, well, she can wait. She's a keeper, she'll understand. But the first date was a bit of drama as well, because, again, arranged to meet, and you never know with the first date, because you sort of meet people in a bar situation, and all of a sudden you broad daylight type stuff. So, but I was late because there was a car crash on the Piha Road, and there's no cell phone reception. So I didn't think you'd be waiting for me, and she was. So
They were obviously worth
Meant
waiting.
to be, meant to be.
Well, Selina Blair, thank you so much for coming into the studio and joining us and sharing all your experiences, all the things that you did. And I know a lot of our viewers are probably going to be stealing your ideas and then using them in their weddings, because it was a fabulous, fabulous wedding. Thank you, and I'd like to wish you all the very, very best for your future and the building of your new house,
Yes.
where your surfboard will be displayed for all
Yes.
to read.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.